There we go. We're recording. We're recording. Oh my God, this is my first on location. Welcome to Unfiltered. And we are on location. And if you're new to me, this is a little bit of mishmash. And we never know where we're going to end up. Today's topic is capacity, though. So capacity and maybe how we can bring it into our life. And I will introduce first of all, you don't know me. I'm Teresa Collins. I am a scientific mystic. I love sharing my light with the world in all different ways, from hypnotherapy to teaching to support products to books to all the things. You never know what I'll do. To podcast. So, and I have this amazing guest, Jen.
Hello. Hello.
Is this your first podcast?
It's, I think so. Well, I've done one other podcast, actually.
Okay, yeah. I'm super honored. Thank you. This is really nice. It's not easy being on a podcast, guys. So tell me about you. A little bit about you.
Well, I am Jennifer. I'm a realtor in the greater Vancouver area. I'm a mom, and I love exploring myself. I love learning about myself, about going deeper and getting more connected.
Okay, I love that. So we were on an amazing little pause, reset, and recharge today together. And we were actually sure about what we were going to talk about, but the word capacity kind of kept coming up. And if you're watching this, you might be thinking, yeah, I'm looking for more capacity. What is capacity? What do you think capacity is?
Well, first, I think I've recently learned that it's a mindset, not something that you... Originally, I thought it was something that you struggled to grow into, right? I want to do more, so I have to continue to do more until I'm good at doing more. And that is part of it to an extent.
Kind of.
But what I realize is it's more of a switch in your mindset, where you can actually choose not to create more room, to create more space, to not feel so stressed by the more that is filling your life. And one of the ways was just a mindset shift, a change in perspective. But another way was physically doing something that seems counterintuitive in the moment. So when you're busy and you have this to do and that to do, and there feels like there's not a chance you can take a break, take a break.
Yeah. Oh, I like it.
Go for a walk. Take 15, 20 minutes. Go meditate. Whatever it is. For me, I like to take my dog and let's go out into the woods for 20 minutes. It serves both of us.
But also to be present when you're doing it. Don't just be thinking about all the stuff that you have to do.
Oh, no.
Right? That's the key.
Yeah. You have to let go for a second of everything that's going on. Right? Turn off your phone and kind of get into the present moment again. And then suddenly your capacity grows.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing that happens.
Right. I love it. I love both. I love all of that. So the old way was pushing, almost like I would go to the gym, right? Work harder, make the bigger muscle.
Yeah.
Right. And then you'll be stronger.
Yeah.
I think the new way in the divine feminine that we're really stepping into is the release, right? So for me personally, the more I let go of shit that is just not serving me, stuff that is why am I even spending my time wasting it on it?
Yeah.
Then I have more room for the things that I do love.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, it kind of looks like when you're decluttering your house, right? The more space that I make, the more good things I can put in there. And I can also see other things I like.
Yeah. I just visualized when you said let go, we need to let go of more.
Right.
I think we hold on to too much and we're grinding and toiling, and it's funny, a funny thing that happens when you sort of let go, the practice I was telling you about, writing something down. The one thing, I'm looking for my earring. So find my earring. And then I let it go. I'm not thinking about it. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to find it. I don't know where it is. I'm I'm going to find it. And then let that come to you.
Yeah, I love that. So you kind of made a wish, intention, set the direction for the universe. You placed your order.
Yeah.
And then you forgot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And hey, maybe sometimes you won't find the earring, but I think
why would you even assume?
Well, and I think more often than not I do. I always tell my son, that's actually kind of funny because I always tell my son, I always find things. So if I misplace something, I always find it. I've misplaced my wallet or left my purse somewhere, and I always say, don't worry, you're going to get it back. You know what I mean? And I always do
Mhm.
because I believe I'm going to.
Right.
And it's also why if I find something, I return it.
Okay, I love both of those. But also, I don't know if you 100% believe you're going to. Right? There's that doubt, right? Because you said to me, it doesn't always work. So maybe we don't even have to 100% believe in it. We could just do the thing.
Well, it works almost always. I think it works. I think that for me, it's not that I don't believe it's going to happen. You caught something in that I doubt that other people are going to believe me that that's the way it works. So I put in a disclaimer there.
I put in a disclaimer. I'm protecting myself.
Yeah.
Which is a thing. We need to protect ourselves. I don't think this required a disclaimer, but that's a habit that we've kind of created, right? There's a pattern. And I think there's almost this fear of 100% believing in something because of disappointment. And there's been disappointment, right? Like I have wholeheartedly believed in something and it hasn't shown up.
Right.
And I've honestly, this is a little bit different tangent. I had something like that happen yesterday. And I noticed I was sad, yeah. But then my go-to was thank you for showing me what wasn't for me.
Mm.
So I immediately shifted to gratitude.
It's like this or something better.
Well, and I know that, right?
Yeah.
Spirit's got my back, right? So you don't know that in the beginning, but the more we practice it, and I definitely pulled the, oh, what? And then I was like, wait. Okay, well, thank you for showing me what wasn't for me, right? So instead of getting rejected or disappointed and there was definitely a twinge of that still. Definitely a twinge.
Well, and I think in some cases it's like how would we know it was good if we didn't know how things felt or disappointment felt? Then if everything always just felt okay, we would never know, what the right direction is or what was really important to us. Yeah.
And for me, it also measures my growth. Like how far I've actually come, like how I didn't go down that rabbit hole for a day, for a week. It was like a minute. I did visit it.
I actually like what you just said there too. It reminds me of when I was younger and my son was little and I was trying to get back into shape, right? And, I did that by getting up early and doing yoga in the morning before anyone else woke up. And I noticed that I'd be good for a bit and then I would fall off the wagon. And sometimes, you'd beat yourself up and it would go on for months before you got back on track. Sometimes a year even.
Well, yeah, because you're too busy beating yourself up. You had no time.
And so, but then you're exactly right. Yeah. I was able to measure my progress and my growth because eventually that year became months and those months became weeks and those weeks became days. And then it became a moment. You know what I mean?
Which I think if we full circle it back to capacity, that's the legit thing, right? Because you'll have more capacity when you're not beating yourself up. That takes a lot of effort.
Which is the first thing I said to you when you got here and you said, what do you want to release? And that was it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's probably wherein lies like the growth that I really want to see in my business or in my real estate career is that when something doesn't go right or I make a mistake, I spend that time beating myself up rather going, okay, that was a blip. How are we going to fix it? Let's move on.
Right. I love that. And also that's a good segment. How does capacity relate to business? I can't even say it. Relate to business. I know we'll talk about business today.
Well, it directs directly to business just because, you start a business and you create some growth and you get comfortable where you're at, right? So I've been comfortable at a certain level, a certain amount of money per year or whatever it is, certain amount of sales. I'm comfortable there, right? But I want to grow because why wouldn't I? Why would I want to stay in the same place? I want to grow. I want to make more. I want to do more for my family, for the world, whatever it is, right? And when you go, okay, I want to go from what I'm used to into double that. Yeah. That feels like a lot.
Well, and it usually hits overwhelm right away.
And that's what keeps you going. Yeah. It's that I tried and now it's going to take me a year to try again. Yeah. Oh, I tried and now it might take me 6 months to get there again. And it's about getting to that exact same place of and you just made me realize this, of, oh, I tried, I'm overwhelmed. Let me take a pause for 20 minutes and try again.
There you go.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I love that people think business and personal are different.
No.
I don't even, like, even if you have a job, guys, it's not different. You don't get to just be a different human. You are the same human no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So in business, your fears are going to show up. If you're overwhelmed, it's just not going to send you any more clients.
I say real estate was the biggest teacher of my own limiting beliefs and my own brick walls and all of the things. Like, it has pushed me to grow more than anything else in my life. And I don't think it's unique to real estate, although I'm sure.
I think it's just being an entrepreneur, to be honest. Like, if you want to get your ass kicked, decide you're going to start a business. Because you do it so you don't have to take rules or, like, don't have a boss, but you're like the biggest bitch as a boss that you'll ever have.
Yeah, you would not want to be
right. Our expectations
like
double up, right? It's like we all of a sudden go from like having this kind of, I mean, we don't love when people tell us what to do, but you think, oh, you know, I'm going to have all this freedom and stuff, but actually you tend to just kind of pick on yourself a little bit more because you don't have that structure of somebody else telling you what to do. So I think the capacity there is to be okay with fucking up, maybe, and making mistakes.
It's the only way to learn. And I just had this conversation with my partner in the car. What was it exactly? But I don't remember the exact, but essentially the same thing. Like, the only way we learn is going, oh, okay, my client asked me this question. I feel they should have already known that. I should have already, they shouldn't have had to come to me with that question or whatever it is. And let me build that now into my practice. And the only way to learn is to get that feedback from your environment. So to make the mistakes and to fall forward and to then put a lot of our structure, the way that we run our team, the way we do our presentation, the way we work with our clients is from exactly that. Oh, this happened. Okay, let's make something to make sure that doesn't happen again, or to make sure my client's more informed next time. Yeah,
because you can't tweak anything until it starts running. Right? You don't even know what's going to work or not work until you start actually practicing it, right? Like, I love telling all my healers that it's a practice, right? A doctor practices, dude, and he goes to medical school, right? So that's not I mean, obviously we expect our doctors to be perfect, but it's called a practice for a reason.
Yeah, they are practicing.
It's not that's all it is. We're all practicing, right? I like what you said, fall forward. Like, let's expand a little bit on that.
Well, and I think you also said something in that when we start a business, or what might prevent us from starting a business, is, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how that would work. And we start to think of, like, the business once it's already running, or future, how we want it. And it's just not realistic. You have to just start somewhere and make the mistakes. And what I think of fall forward is, like, be willing to make the mistakes. Be willing to make the mistakes and then have the capacity to learn from them, rather than
well, and if
let it knock you back,
fall back, we go back to old habits, old patterns, shutting down again. I can't do this, right? But if we fall forward, then we're like, oh, what could I do different? Okay. So capacity, I do think, is a muscle for sure. I think the more you practice it, but I also think it's about, the key is making space. How can you make more space in your day? How can you make more space in your day? Because I'm the same 24 hours as you do.
Yeah. And you notice that some people, you look at them and you're like, how does that person get it all done? What are they doing?
Yeah, right? Legit, that's my life.
I have a few colleagues or people that I know that run businesses that say, I'll always hire a single mother because they will get it done.
Right.
And so how do we have that capacity or make more space? And that's a good point, because that is something I'm struggling with still, is, where do I fit it all in, right? How do I work harder? That must mean that I have to get up earlier and I have to work harder. And what I just realized the other day is that it's not necessarily just that, or maybe that at all. It's learning to work, they say work smarter, not harder, but to allow more, right? I actually read something on our way out, and it said change is not painful, only resistance to change.
Oh, yes.
So really what you're probably experiencing when you're trying to grow or trying to create more space is the resistance to it, right?
Yeah.
You like I said, when I'm really busy, the last thing I think that's possible is to take a 20-minute walk.
Right.
That seems ridiculous. I
Yeah.
don't have time for that. But if I do it, I am suddenly able to I just have a new capacity. It's like I have a fresh start.
Yeah.
I don't feel so bogged down. It's almost like restarting your computer.
Yeah, I love it. When my kids were growing up, before I was the healer they both have challenges. I was working 2 to 3 jobs sometimes. I had parents I was taking care of. I had a lot of things on my plate. And I was doing dishes one day and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. And it was like this freaking lightning bolt that came down. And I was like, you can do it because you're doing it. How about you stop whining about it? I was like, oh, fuck. Okay, maybe if I stop wasting time saying I can't do it, I could actually do more.
You're creating your own pain in the process.
Yeah, well, you're literally cutting your own legs out from underneath you every time you have this inner critic saying I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't handle it. Well, you can handle it because you're freaking doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe you could do it with a little bit more joy. Maybe you can do it with a little bit more grace. For sure, I could definitely have done it with more grace. But it really shifted something in me at that time. And I started doing the superwoman pose where I put my hands on my hips and I'd and I could do more things. I think the problem though is because women are overwhelmed. We don't want to do more things.
Yeah.
Right?
I get
legit.
That. Mm-hmm.
Right?
You feel like you're like, oh, I don't want to.
Already doing so much.
It's like that. It reminds me of that image of like the person carrying around a big bag and someone's like, why don't you put that down?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So I think we need to stop adding all the things that actually don't need to be done for a week or don't need to be done till tomorrow or don't even need to be done till later. Right? Like you asked me what my day was like. I had no idea because today I'm in the moment. There's nothing I need to carry. Right? I have a rough amount of time that I understand I have to be somewhere. But mostly I'm not wasting that time. Right. So here in this moment, right. And that's how I feel like I feel so many things in my life. Because like I shared with you, driving here, I was like, seriously, if I was a millionaire, this is exactly what I would be doing.
Yeah.
This is exactly my life. Right. Yeah. I get to show up. I impact people. I'm getting like huge transformations. I have time for me, time for my family, time for my husband. I have time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do I welcome in more cash? Of course. Mm-hmm. But I also have all these other extra pieces of abundance.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's the key. You said something else that I was going to touch on, but it must not have been important because
That's okay. Take a minute. I'm sure it'll come back to you.
What were you saying? Before you said if I was a millionaire.
Superwoman pose?
No, after that. That's okay. Either way, I just think, if it's a lot of what goes on in our head that really we're dragging ourselves through the mud. And if we just switch that, it's like the doing the dishes thing.
Yeah.
I find that tasks like that are so interesting because that's where you get the download or when you're kind of busy doing something else. Doing the dishes is one that frequently happens to me too. Something shifts, you know what I mean?
So you're not listening to the bullshit narrative. You're actually open to receive the download.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like a great shift today for people.
Which is why I like a walk so much.
Yeah.
Right? Like, especially if we can get out into nature like this, something beautiful, you can take that in instead.
Yeah, and I love that idea too. But to be honest, especially as my kids were growing up, I didn't have time to go for a walk. I barely had time to shower sometimes. Right? So grabbing the little moments I could do in that moment, whether it was wash my hands or wash my face or just like
that's a nice perspective.
Yeah, maybe dance. So I danced to my favorite song or something to definitely move, right?
Move.
Walking is the moving, right?
Yeah.
But even just get your ass off the fucking couch, right? Like, I know we want to sit and watch Netflix for 48 hours, but if maybe you just walked around the house or maybe you just stood on your doorstep for 5 minutes or, maybe you just did something different, changed your scenery, because you can get literally glued to where you are because it's comfortable.
I get that. Sometimes I get into a state where I'm so overwhelmed that I can't even figure out what to do. And so you sit there and you're like, I'll do nothing in a way. And what I've learned, a little hack, is to just get up and I'm like, I'll just do, let's say I have a pile of dishes.
Yeah.
I'll just do like one dish or two dishes, whatever feels possible in that moment.
Right.
And then you get up and you start washing that one dish and you're like, I'm already here. So I might, all of a sudden, that movement and the act of doing it, just you end up cleaning them all.
You could also stop though. So the argument I've had from other people is that, well, then if I do one, I'm going to feel obligated to do the rest.
No,
really, truly, if you just can do one fucking dish, and if you have the capacity for one dish, that's perfect.
And I have done that. I've done it where I'm like, I'm just going to wash 3.
Yeah.
And then I wash 3 and I put it down and I go, okay. But it just, it's not, the idea isn't that it's going to get you to do all of the dishes.
Right.
It's that it gets you unstuck.
Yeah.
Right.
Some kind of movement.
To change your
I will be honest. I've had a little snot fit where I've just washed one thing for me.
Sometimes you got it.
Because you know what? You guys want dishes? Wash them your fucking self. Because
you left them all.
But I still did one thing, right? And there was just a satisfaction in that. And that really helped. But it was one dish.
Well, sometimes you got to do it.
Sometimes you do, right? And it's okay to be a little bit selfish because it's overwhelming when we're doing for everyone else too.
And you've also, in this conversation or today alone, you've reminded me like a few times, like it's okay to just do for yourself, or it's okay to, there's give and take, right? And it's funny because, and I don't know if I think, and I've read that it's something that women do a lot, where we are set to give to other people first, and it feels selfish to take.
I think it's programming. So I don't know if it's a woman thing or if it's just kind of programmed, because I do know some people that were maybe raised by single dads that have done that too. So it's like a generational programming.
Yeah.
And it's not working.
No.
To be honest, they're burning out. And then when they burn out, we have to help them. So let's kind of stop that generational trauma. I really, really, really believe that the next steps are stopping this generational trauma. I think a lot of the kids that are neurodivergent are here to help us shift those patterns.
Yes.
Because they're just not fucking listening to anything. No. So they're definitely not going to listen to the trauma.
I hear that a lot. I mean, mine's one of them, but I hear that a lot from even like my friends who have younger kids now.
Yeah.
It's so funny that my son's grown up and you look, it's so true. You know, people used to come up to me when my son was young and they're like, it goes fast. Or they would tell me little nuggets that you're like, you kind of like screw off. Like, I'm having a hard time here. What are you talking about? And I look back now and I'm like, oh my goodness, if I only knew what they were talking about.
Yes, right.
Because it's so true. But I hear my friends with younger kids say, my parents get mad because they don't listen like we used to, or they're different than I was, or if my mom just gave me a look, I would behave, you know what I mean? My kids are different, and I hear that a lot. And I mean, that must be part of like what you're saying is it's like things are changing. And
I think it's good because and I do also think that part of having ADHD is because we have greater capacity. We can do more things. I've actually asked my son to be a guest, and we're going to talk about the power of being able to use both parts of your brain all the time.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that's why sometimes it's like, because sometimes you feel like you're fighting your own brain. Like one wants to do one thing and the other wants to do the other, and you can't just.
Well, and you can, and this is, again, we're going to tap into it with my kid, but we discovered that, because I homeschooled him, so we discovered that if he listened to music while I was talking, he could grab it, because basically one part of his brain was doing something creative, so then his other part of his brain could do something structured. So we kind of like, now, like, we didn't know what we were doing in the moment. We were just trying to survive, to be honest. But now that he's older and he's almost 25, and he's like this amazing understanding of who he is and acceptance, and it's still really freaking hard. But we're starting to put the puzzle pieces together on what we were actually doing that worked. So,
isn't that neat? Where you do things intuitively, and then later you learn you were actually doing something very scientific, or
Yes.
you know.
Yeah, and I think that's where we come back to capacity. So when I was doing it, I only had an understanding or the ability to understand it this much. But now that I've created more space, right? So I spend way less time dealing in BS, right? This is my regular practice where I come and I reset. I can actually see things in such a bigger way, and I understand the depth of it, right? Like all the different ways that it came together.
Yeah, that's really neat. Like you can almost visualize the pieces and how they fit.
Yeah, I've definitely got a bigger picture.
Which is really neat, because I imagine now you can teach other people that framework.
Well, that's my whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my jam.
Yeah. That's cool.
Just see it bigger.
You are pretty special.
Well, I think I really received that compliment. Thank you. Also, I do love that I'm learning more every day. So it's one of those things that with the capacity, we have so many different add-ons we can do, right? People are like, oh, I figured that out. Okay, well, I think there's more. I think there's more.
Yeah. Wait a minute, don't just stop there.
Yeah, don't just stop there, right? I bet, like, again, but it just start with like not being overwhelmed in your day to day. So let's give some tips and tricks. So we talked about releasing. How do you release?
How do I release?
Yeah.
Like the stress and things like that.
Yeah, like all of it. How do you actually release?
Well, for me, yeah, it's finding a way to stop thinking about the thing. So some people can do meditation or yoga. For me, I really love to get out into nature, like take me to the forest.
Okay.
Let me touch a tree.
Okay. So you literally give it to Mother Earth. I love it.
Yeah.
Literally.
And just a movement. Get into movement.
Okay.
Like dancing works really well if you can find that. But anything that's just kind of shaking off that sludge, right? So I think, yeah, I release by giving it to something, being able to clear my mind. And if I can't reach my mind, then they have to move your body. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, actually. I love it. So it's mind, body, spirit. Yeah. You know, like we hear it 1,000 places. Yeah. I love that. When you hear things 1,000 times and then it all of a sudden goes click, 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 click. Oh, shit. Mind, body, spirit. Well, yeah.
My favorite quote's actually on my Instagram. It's when you know the way broadly, you can see it on all things. So that's one of those. It's one of those like universal truths that you can apply to anything.
Okay, cool.
Those are fun nuggets to find.
Yeah. I'm going to say it's the power of intention and also knowing it's possible, right? It is very, very possible to have a capacity for greater things without feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And if you can't do it on your own, come here. Or grab a bestie, or, you know, like scream at a tree, or just first of all, you don't have to do it on your own.
I think it also starts with the willingness.
Yeah.
The willingness to let it go, because I really do, because I've been there before and I see other people stuck in it. They don't want to let it go sometimes.
Because it's comfortable. It's theirs. It's their pain. Don't talk to me about my pain. It's mine. I've held it for decades.
Yeah. Yeah. Or it's serving them in some way, right?
It's always serving us in some way, or always served us in some way.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing with hypnosis right now for a lot of people is I'm understanding, yes, that served you when you're 12, but it doesn't serve you when you're 25.
That's what I'm learning, is a lot of these thought patterns or the beliefs that we hold on to, the things that we do, were really actually wired when we were young and didn't understand completely. It was just our survival mechanism at the time, which is kind of outdated and juvenile in a way. You know what I mean? Not to say that anyone's juvenile. These are real things.
You're all juvenile. Fuck yeah. We're all inner childs walking around with the hurt feelings.
I love that. We're just a bunch of big babies, okay?
I'm a bunch of big babies.
I guess it's true.
Yeah. And I will tell you a little hidden treasure I found out. So perimenopause, which a lot of people are going through. Some of the wound healing is not about childhood. It's actually about teenager. So the relationship is actually around the hormones in the beginning and the hormones in the end. And that's the healing to shift into that next layer.
I don't quite understand what you mean.
Okay, so perimenopause is when our hormones start to change.
Yeah.
Yes. Puberty is when they first started to change.
Yeah.
So the clients that I'm working with now to help them through perimenopause, we're going back to heal the teenager.
Oh, interesting.
So it's almost like bookends.
And I like that.
And I've had really amazing results. Like really amazing results. So a lot of people do inner child work, and it's amazing. There's time and place for it. I'm really, really good at that too. But this teenager piece is making like really dynamic shifts in people's lives. And it's like a really cool thing.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, that's also where we learn not to belong. That's where we have Mean Girls. That's where, so all these different healing things are coming up.
Well, and I feel like I've done so much work with the inner child stuff now that it's really not a thing for me anymore. Right. But it's funny, like someone from high school added me on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm not going to add you. Like, I don't even really know you that well. And you guys were mean to me when I was, it's still in there.
Okay, good. So thank you for the confirmation. We will work on that next. Yeah, right?
And does me now really care about that?
No, but it's coming up to be healed.
It's a narrative, yeah.
It's coming up to be healed. It's intentional. So there's a bookend piece to this that is, again, part of our evolutionary, right? Of actually like kind of completing that cycle. And there's a huge relationship to one to the other. Like I kind of stumbled into this, but the results are really cool.
I like it.
Yeah.
It does sound really
cool. Next crazy that Teresa's hearing. Which is honestly, I'm so grateful for that, because when I have the time and space, I can actually hear these things. And I can see from a bigger perspective how things are connected, right? And how if you're going and you're stuck in your everyday, it's really tricky to see that in your own life, right?
That's part of the problem with not being able to pause.
Yeah.
Is it's really easy to just get stuck in that cycle, and the longer you stay stuck, the harder it is.
Well, it's like stone.
It becomes calcified.
Yeah, calcified. Good word. Mm-hmm. It becomes calcified. And it's not that we can't break it, but it just takes a little bit longer effort to break it. Mm-hmm. So stop going down fucking rabbit holes, because then we don't have to pull you out.
Yeah.
That's my theory. Yeah. That's my theory.
And just catch your thoughts. Thought catching is a really good practice, I feel like.
Yes. Tell me more.
Like, I learned it a long time ago, but I still come back to needing to do it again. In a deeper
way. Yes.
Yeah. But it's noticing what you're thinking, basically, when you're going, oh, I'm such a fucking idiot. Like, I can't believe I did that. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. No, cancel that, right? Yeah. You have to start to say, you know what? We all make mistakes. It's okay. You have to speak to yourself like you would want to speak to your child or yourself your when you were little, or your best friend, right?
Yeah, I agree. And when I first started doing thought catching, it took me a minute to get into it. So what I did is I set my timer. So like every couple hours, something would go off, and I'd actually ask myself what I was thinking in that moment.
Isn't it crazy?
And then once you do that, then it becomes a habit. And I would say cancel, clear, delete.
Okay.
And then I would install a new thought.
I like that.
Right. So that was like kind of my beginner steps. Right. So I'd set the timer. I did at least 3 times a day, especially like first thing in the morning. I tried to grab that first morning thought and that end thought. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes during the day I would grab it.
This used to happen to me, and I don't know if anybody else can relate, but what would happen was I'd be going about my day, and all of a sudden I'd be in some sort of mood that I feel like came out of nowhere, right? I'd be like really upset or mad or something. I'd be in a negative emotion that I don't know what caused it. And one day I was driving, because that's another place, the dishes and driving.
Yeah.
And it came to me, well, for the last hour, I have been thinking the most atrocious thoughts about myself. No wonder I feel sad. Because you don't even know what's playing in the background.
No.
And then I acknowledged it and started to think about it. And I realized this is what has been happening to me. I get stuck on something. My mind is playing this little loop while I'm doing whatever I'm doing subconsciously, because we all go into autopilot, and driving is one of those places often, right?
Yep.
And you're just berating yourself in your head, right? And then you suddenly are in a bad mood, and you don't know why.
Well, and the bigger thing about that, and when I teach you hypnosis, because clearly you're going to learn hypnosis, is hypnosis is any time that your conscious mind is not paying attention. So what is going in is going directly in, right? So when you're not actually paying attention, you're doom scrolling and you're doom inner criticking it. It's actually going into a deeper part of you, and that's really with self hypnosis. You're hypnotizing yourself over and over and over again that you're actually shit.
Yeah.
Which is
bad, no good.
Also, okay, to forgive yourself for it, because again, nobody trained us otherwise. Nobody came along and said, "Hey, don't do that." They all came along and said, "Do it my way,"
Yeah.
which is how we ended up here. So a little compassion for yourself, but now you can change it.
And I learned that tapping. So
Yeah.
what I like to do, that's a really, really good point, is I sometimes like to go, even though I made that choice, I completely forgive myself.
Oh, so what I like to say is quantum tapping and rip out the bullshit and then say, I completely forgive myself.
Well, what's quantum tapping?
Quantum tapping is
quantum tapping.
Quantum tapping is that you actually release the garbage on paper instead of tapping it into your system.
Oh, yes.
Because what you're doing, there's already garbage in there. So why are we adding more garbage?
Yeah. You're just confirming well, even though I can keep doing this, you know, I'm going to forgive myself.
So it doesn't really make sense. So you're not actually like, tapping is a phenomenal thing, but we also have to start winning the game. Because if you keep putting in the garbage, then you're just going to have more garbage. You're going to be equal at the end of the day.
Yeah, you'll just be okay with the garbage.
Yeah. Right, which is good. There's a little piece of acceptance there. We'll talk about acceptance.
Sure.
But yeah, quantum tapping is one of those things I was invited into, downloaded in the beginning. It just didn't make sense to me because people were like even knowing and putting this into their system again. Well, somebody already fucking beat it into you. Why are you putting it into you?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
And literally sometimes beaten into you, right? Because when you're hitting and you're being hit, that's everybody's poison and toxicity going in there. And we're talking to a couple of the maybe abused women that might be watching me. So don't keep doing it anymore.
Yeah.
But also the putting in the good stuff is amazing.
Yeah. So you're releasing the bad stuff
on paper in your phone, delete it,
rip it up.
Yeah.
And then let's install something.
And then install the good.
I forgive myself. I am good. I am well.
I am worthy. Yeah. I did a session this week and we were going through a bunch of things that we've done and it was a deeper thing. And then all of a sudden she came out and said, I'm worthy. And it was like this fucking click. And I didn't say it. She said it. She finally owned it, that I am worthy. Mm-hmm. So that's one of those those superpower click buttons that when you finally hit the button, it releases so much.
Yeah. Those are fun to find because they change. Sometimes things take time to change.
Always.
But sometimes, I mean, obviously there was probably time that we didn't see there. Yeah. But sometimes things feel like they happen.
Yeah. I think, oh my God, I think we could talk forever. This is, have you heard of the 369?
Yeah. Okay. It's my favorite number.
So the first part of the 3 is actually that you have to hear it from an outside source. So my idea is this is where spirit drops. So you overhear a conversation. You catch it from a counselor. Maybe your kid says it. That's the beginning of the 3. So when you hear things 3 times, that's then when you follow the 6 and the 9. And that's the most powerful way to use it.
I like that. Well, I'm going to learn more about that now.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So follow up on 369. And with my theory, my crazy Teresa theory with it. Okay. Well, thank you for being a guest. It feels like a perfect wrap up here. So if you want to sell or buy a home, not a house, a home, this woman is amazing at finding homes.
And a home that fits you just right.
Right. Yeah. Because can I share a little bit of your gifts, your intuitiveness?
Sure. Why not?
So she's really good at getting what you need as well. Because sometimes when you're looking for a whole new change, because change is hard, you don't know exactly what you need. So her beautiful intuitive gifts really help with that.
Making sure the space has the right energy.
Yeah, because this is your home, dude. You got to wake up in this every day. Yeah. This is important. People don't realize how cool it is to have an intuitive realtor. So I think you're amazing.
Thank you. I think you're amazing.
How can they find you? Do you have a website?
Yeah, we're a team at neighborhoodre.com, or you can find me on Instagram at JenMorgan_RE for real estate. I'm on Facebook at Jennifer Morgan Medeiros, and or you can email us at team@neighborhoodre.com.
Perfect. Lots of information. I love it. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, thanks for being a guest. I really appreciate you and being my first on location.
Oh, live and up.
Okay. Off again.
Oh. You lost your microphone.
I think did I end it?
Pom pom. I think so. That's what editing's for.
I don't know how to edit.